¿Qué onda, vatos? Thanks again for tuning into yet another video. Stuff is getting spicy with Harley Davidson. Of course, you guys know Harley Davidson is having their homecoming. Currently been right now, as far as this week, HD is having a homecoming anniversary sort of event. A lot of the YouTube creators are attending the event right now. You guys can see. So following Robbie Starbuck and I think this is mainly Twitter. I don't know if they're blocking comments or hiding replies. They've been pretty, they know that the community is pretty much against them. So, of course, they've been hiding the replies. They've been blocking comments. I think they've now just, they've just gone ahead and just blocked comments. So only people that Harley Davidson follows can comment on their posts. I believe this is something that they've been doing because hiding comments is just, or the management of the community is pretty tough to do. So by them doing this, they can limit people's comments and stuff like that. So just looking at this sort of stuff, and of course the reaction that I received on my own Instagram. I posted a few old videos that I had on TikTok regarding the CEO and his comments. You guys, like I said before, I have like 3-4 videos on the CEO, how I really don't see eye to eye with them on a few things. And of course, getting messages on Instagram, a lot of the policies that they've been funding are I guess, like I said, I don't know entirely what's going on. Robbie Starbuck, he has been reporting on this. But if you guys been reading my messages and my comments on Instagram, I know that for the most part there's a DEI score or a woke score, and they have to maintain the score so they could get money from, of course, Vanguard, BlackRock, and the government. Harley Davidson, they were bailed out maybe like 4 years ago. Didn't they get like a $2.5 billion bailout? And then, of course, NorCal also messaged me on a grant that they received because of the EV. I looked into it. This was something about the Inflation Reduction Act that Biden, of course, had or has. Inflation Reduction Act, and I guess they're getting like 89 million or 90 million. But LiveWire has lost over $300 million since they started. And of course, this is Zeiss's baby. This is Zeiss's project before he joined, or before he was the CEO. He was the head guy of the LiveWire. So anyways, getting into, of course, what's going on with Harley Davidson, just to kind of keep you guys updated so you guys can see what's going on. And maybe you guys are wondering what do I think about it. So like I mentioned on the messages that I did receive, a lot of these programs that Harley Davidson is funding is, I guess, anti-white and anti-Christian, but I think that's mainly because of the groups, the LGBT. Like I said, I messaged folks about how Chris Pratt is always under fire because of his religious beliefs, and of course, you also see it amongst, like, I think overall, if you guys been watching, social media and stuff, there's a lot of hate towards Christians, when I honestly believe there's other religions that are far worse and less inclusive overall. But anyways, not going to get into it, but a lot of this stuff that Harley is funding seems to be anti-Christian and anti-white. So I'm not a Christian and I'm not white. I'm Catholic and I'm Hispanic. So that's why some of this stuff I really don't have an issue with. But like I mentioned, as long as you leave the kids alone, I'm okay for most of the part. Whatever you do behind closed doors, whatever your kink is, or whatever, if you're into all kinds of crazy stuff, I don't care, as long as you don't involve children. That's my thing. You just leave the kids out of it. You can hate me as much as you want. You can hate the color of my skin. I really don't care at all. I've been told all kinds of stuff. I really don't care. Moving down to what this lady posted, Lady Patriot. She posted a couple things that kind of has, that I've been kind of linking with what they've been doing for the last 2 to 3 years. And something that, you know, a lot of the community, we don't like, that we're losing these mom and pop dealerships. Now, I don't know if this is linked to what's happening. I don't know if it's because it's DEI stuff that they're pushing and these dealerships are not complying with. I really don't know, but there is a little bit of a link. We did hear that Harley was going to close 220 stores or 220 dealerships about 2 years ago, and here's a few of them. The headlines, of course, we are closing not by our choice. This was a dealership. Here's another one. Frederick Harley Davidson dealership closing on Tuesday. From what I understand, these are family run, because you can read it here, family run dealerships. Here's one that's close to me, San Francisco Harley Davidson. There's honestly two dealers in San Francisco. You have Mission Harley Davidson, and then you have, of course, I don't know if that's the reason, but I mean, could that be it? I know a lot of the dealers in my area are owned by a group, which is Thunder, House of Thunder, San Jose, Lane, Lane Splitter? Or they used to be, I think, just San Jose Harley Davidson. So, I mean, these could be run, or maybe that's what's going on. Maybe they don't want, like I said, there's no link to this, but supposedly family-run dealerships, they're probably not, with the woke policies or the woke agenda, and maybe that's the reason why they're pushing these mom and pop or family-run dealerships, so corporations or these financial groups or these big owners groups could buy them up and swap them out so they could push this agenda. It's possible. It's a possibility, but I mean, like I mentioned, there's two dealerships in San Francisco. There's another one in Oakland that's very close to them. There's 3 dealerships within, I'd say, a 40-mile radius, including this. So that could be one of the reasons. It could be linked. It can't, or it could not be linked. I don't know, but. Robbie Starbuck, he has quite a few different posts on Harley Davidson. Sean Strickland, a well-known MMA fighter, a guy that's also against the woke agenda. He's getting rid of his 2022 gunship Lowrider S. He actually had a poll on his post where you could actually vote to have him sell it or have him destroy it with, I guess, a mini gun, or maybe something else. I'm not sure entirely. Somebody had offered to lend him a couple firearms to get rid of it. So you also have a few other posts. There was another one about how Zeiss was bad-mouthing, not really bad-mouthing Harley Davidson, but he was mentioning that Harley Davidson wasn't on board with the green energy stuff, the Livewire, which is his baby. And then, of course, he did mention that as far as efficiency, building, the footprint of Harley Davidson, I mean, we know that these bikes are, the technology on these bikes haven't really improved. Yes, EPA has had a few restrictions on Harley. We guys saw with Euro 5, Euro 6, whatever's going on. There's a few things. That's why the Sportster, the Evil, was banned over there because of that. I mean, luckily we're still in America, and this is an American company, even though it's led by a German or it's headed by a German. We can still ride and purchase currently these bikes, but who knows what's going on. This, like I said, I made a video on the CEO and how they're on a path on green energy, efficiency, and he did mention that the future is battery, or it's EV. All right, and you guys know what's going on with California. All right, they're banning fuel powered or petroleum powered vehicles by 2035. A lot of people, like I said before, a lot of people have messaged me that motorcycles are not in that category, or they're not set to be banned by 2035, but eventually it's going to get there. It's the same reason why they target a specific group, because they can't ban everybody at the same time, because there's going to be an uproar. First, they're going to get gas-powered vehicles 2035. 2040 is going to be diesel, and I believe by 2045 it's going to be the commercial diesel vehicles. They're going to ban everything. So you're telling me once they go through all of those groups, the motorcycles are going to be left alone after 2045? Be realistic, guys. They're going to get everybody. All right, they're taking them. They're taking out the groups one by one because they don't want to hit everybody at the same time. Because if they hit everybody, then there's going to be an uproar. All right, so they're going to hit. You know, they're going to hit us one by one. And by the time it's 2045, the voice is going to be our voices are not going to be heard because they're going to suppress everybody. We can't outspeak all at once because they're going to hit us one at a time. That's the way it's going to get done. So of course, here's another one where he trashes for not being sustainable, for not having sustainability before he joined the board. The Harley CEO is far left activist, and he doesn't belong anywhere near this once great American brand. He is going to destroy the company if they don't smarten up and drop him along with his woke agenda, woke policies. I'm not sure what's going on here. He's not American. He's German. I'm fully convinced. Joan Jaitz wants everyone to eat the bugs. Some of this stuff, I don't know. All right, guys, I don't know entirely, but I have posted his interviews on the channel. I do have them. All right. And I have pointed out stuff like this before. This was 2 years ago, 3 years ago. But, I mean, I've always, like I mentioned, I've messaged some of you guys personally. This is Vanguard and this is BlackRock pushing this agenda and this score. He did have a score, having the stocks and stuff like that. It's all about being able to get money, lending money, and keeping their stocks high. Even though their stocks are pretty bad right now currently, I think their stocks went up right when they released the 2024 touring models, and the last 2 days their stocks have been falling because of what's going on with this agenda with the CEO, the reshape. And I don't know, you guys can decide on, you know, amongst yourselves what's going on. Do I believe there is a global warming of some sort? I do believe so. I believe we are polluting the planet, but I mean, for us to do something about it is almost impossible. All right, a lot of the people that have been pushing this pollution control or this tax on, you guys see it in New York, you guys see it here in California. You have what is it called again in New York? I made a video about it. The congestion zones or the EV zones. I also made a video about the what is it again? The classic car zones. I can't remember off the top of my head, but they're gonna have zones where they're gonna be charging you. They're gonna be taking images of your plates. This is currently happening in London, where they take images of your plates and they fine you or they tax you. That's what's been going on recently. And then California is going to start doing the 30 cent per mile gas tax. New York's doing the congestion zones where you have to pay $14 to $15 to get in and to get out. I mean, it's happening everywhere. Yet, I mean, these guys that are the head of these policies, these green policies, they're polluting like crazy. They have private jets. They fly everywhere on the private jet. You know, a lot of these people, like Taylor Swift's one of the biggest climate activists, but yet she's flown, she's added tons and tons and tons of carbon. All right, so here it is. I mean, this is someone that's voting for Biden or Harris or whatever, whoever's the nominee. She's supporting Harris. All right, and what is the Democratic policies? Green, global, carbon, stuff like that. Yet she flies everywhere she goes. She needs a cafe latte or whatever you call those stupid things, a caramel latte. She flies her jet there, of course. She's added, what is this? Look at this right here. Swift sold one of her 2 private jets, and animation shows this is just 2023 trips. 2 jets added up 178,000 miles, emitting 1.2 tons of carbon dioxide. That is absolutely crazy. This is just 2023. All right, if she's adding 1,200 tons of carbon dioxide, 1,200 every year, and I don't even, like, if you Google how much carbon does a single person put in, I don't even travel that far out. All right, I usually just commute to work. I'm never going to be adding. I mean, we're talking about several people. Like, this is a combination of probably like a small city of how much carbon dioxide they output. I mean, this is just absolutely nuts. She flies everywhere. And she's adding a ton of carbon dioxide. Yet she could do whatever she wants. All right, there's no special tax on her. There's nothing that we're gonna do against Taylor Swift. Yet she wants to control because who she's supporting and who she's voting for. I mean, that's what pisses me off. All right, so she's voting to take away your rights, of course, on travel and stuff like that. Yes, she could fly wherever she wants, and it's just an absolute, absolutely just stupid. I think it's absolutely nuts that she's supporting all of this climate control stuff and taxes and fees. Yet she's the one that's polluting more than anybody I know. And then, of course, you also have, like, the Super Bowl. Have you guys seen the Super Bowl one? There's also, I'm not going to look it up, but the Super Bowl one was another big one. A lot of people flew private jets to Nevada for the Super Bowl, and of course, they all flew out. How many tons of carbon dioxide was that for the Super Bowl? None of these guys that support all of these policies care about this crap. They don't care about it. They just want to control your form of travel. That's why my insurance went up by twice the amount. That's why my tags here in California are $270 per bike. $270 for my tags. It's so, I mean, there's so much stuff that I want to say, but I'm trying to keep it PG-13. I'm not going to get into it, guys. It's just that. Just wanted to share my thoughts on what's going on. Like I said, I'm not entirely against everything that they're supporting Harley Davidson. My thing is, just don't mess with the kids. And as far as the other beliefs, when it comes to religion and stuff like that, we live in the United States. You're free to practice whatever religion you want. But I don't know. It's just tough. As far as the dealerships, a lot of you guys have mentioned it in your comments that Harley's killing the mom and pop dealerships. I don't know if that's entirely true, but you guys stay out there, stay safe. Life's a risk. Share your thoughts down below. Let me know what you guys think. Life's a risk. Get out there and ride. Later.